welcome back, and it's so good to be back. As some of you may have noticed, I haven't been posting for the last week or so. I have been away. My husband and I, we observed the Feast of Tabernacles, so I was gone celebrating that with our church, and it's like 4 hours from where we live, so I just was gone for the week and decided to take a week off on the YouTube videos. And so after that, there was a weekend hunting season, so my husband and I went hunting, and I got 2 deer, and so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be processing some of those deer. The main season isn't until November, so we will be getting more then, but if any of you hunt, or your husbands hunt, or relatives hunt, and you end up with some of the meat, then maybe you can get some ideas here on how you'd like to process it. You know, try something new. So, anyway, the first thing we're going to do, and I actually may break this up into several videos. As a matter of fact, I think I will. But for right now, what we're doing is we're going to be dealing with the tenderloin, or the back strap. I call it tenderloin. I don't think it's technically the tenderloin. It's the back strap. But I will be showing you how to cut those in medallions and make butterfly steaks, and then we'll be vacuum sealing them and putting them in the freezer. Okay, so first of all, I took the back strap out of we had it in a cooler full of ice and water, so it's a little grayish in color. It's not as bright red as if it was fresh because it's been soaking. We didn't get to hang it. But whether you hang it or soak it or whatever, you will want to rinse it and drain it thoroughly. This one came from, I got a fairly large doe, so this is a pretty big one. So what we're going to want to do first is you're going to want to trim off like any big chunks of fat or just like thick gristle. And what I do is I just grab a hold of the fat, pull it up, and then you'll see, I don't know if you can see it there, you'll see like a stretchy membrane, and I just cut at that membrane. Matter of fact, sometimes it's good to actually have a couple of knives available for this. I like to use a smaller knife for the trimming and then have something bigger for my actual slicing of the steaks. Which one do I want to use? I just don't know. You don't have to get too particular with this, just as long as you have the main big chunks of fat cut off. I'll probably just leave this. Yeah, and then this doesn't have it too bad. I'm actually gonna probably, yeah, this isn't too bad. There's a membrane. I guess it's a membrane. That's what I call it anyway. I think my husband called it like the silver skin or something. I don't know for sure. If it's real thick, you know, you may want to take that off of there, because it will not get soft. It's going to continue to be tough. But this one actually isn't too thick. You're going to need a thin layer. If you're butterflying these, you're going to need a thin layer to hold it together. And I think if I cut that off, I'm actually going to lose the whole thing. So I'm going to leave that. Here's a little bit more fat. Alright, so to butterfly, we will flip it with the silver skin side down. And I'm just going to slice off a chunk, slice all the way through, set that aside for grinding. And then you decide on the thickness of your steaks. I'm going to go about 1 inch, and you would make a cut, and you do not cut all the way through. You just cut to that silver skin. I don't know if you can see it, but you have like a hinge. Then your second cut, you do the same thickness, 1 inch, but you cut this one all the way through. Then you end up with your little hinge in the middle, but you're going to lay these flat to freeze them. So there you go. You have got a butterflied loin steak. My knife's not going all the way through. And if you have a smaller tenderloin, which I have, my little button buck was smaller. He's a lot bigger, or he's a lot smaller. And I keep calling it tenderloin. I'm sorry, the back strap. You can either do the same thing with like I'm doing with these, and just make smaller steaks, or you can just plain slice it and turn it into little medallions, which is probably what I'll do with some of his. So some of these are not actually held together a whole lot, like this one here doesn't have a lot holding it together. So just when you go to cook it, when you blade in the pan, just kind of squish it together to where that's sealed, and it should cook in that position. Okay, I'm going to get these finished up and then we'll get them vacuum sealed. Okay, so I've got the 4 back straps cut up. That's from 2 deer. And I was able to get, I think I got 8 packages worth of the steaks. Of the bigger size like this, I got 4 in a package. Then there's 2 of them I have, oh, there's the UPS man. There's, 2 packages with 6 of the smaller ones, and then everything that was like too small to make a decent steak out of, I made steak bites. So I think I have 2 or 3 packages worth of steak bites here for that. And then there's always a little bit of just what I would say mangled. I know mangled sounds terrible, but just random pieces I trimmed off that is still meat, and we'll set that aside to grind. And then there's going to be scraps that the dogs will like, just fat and gristle and stuff. So, okay, I'm going to get these vacuum sealed. Okay, so I got those done. Got the 8 packages of my loin steaks and 3 packages of steak bites. And while I was doing that, I realized I saw my sourdough starter that I fed this morning. This morning it was like up to here. And it is really, really happy and really, really excited to go into bread. So I need to get that going. So I'm going to stop and take a break and get that done, and then continue to work on the rest of this meat. But yeah, so upcoming, I was just going to say that watch for some upcoming videos. I will be, I'm going to be brining and smoking venison ham. That's something that won't be coming up quite right away because I need to let it brine for 10 days and then smoke it. So that's going to be a video that's going to take a little while longer to do. But I will be grinding a bunch of this meat, and I'm hoping to make sausage and make sausage patties and that sort of thing. So I will have more videos on the processing of this deer. Especially as I decide what I'm going to do with it. My husband and I have talked about making jerky. We've talked about the sausage. We've talked about the ham. And I am definitely going to do the ham. I'm not totally sure on the sausage or the jerky for these particular deer. But we have another hunting season coming up next month, which is the main season. So I may put off some of the things I want to make until then. But I do want to show you some of the things you can do with the deer, especially since hunting season is coming up, and if you have hunters in your family or neighbors or something. So you kind of have a little idea ahead of time what you might want to make and what you might want to do. But anyway, I think that's all for today. I can't remember if there was anything else I wanted to share today or not. So I will let you all go. And don't forget to like and share my videos. Subscribe to my channels. That'll really it'll help me out. Hopefully these videos will help you out as well. So, anyway, like I said, that's all for today. We will see you all later. And until then, take care and God bless.